Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel once again. So today is the day one of herb series wherein I am going to show you how we can draw herbs and how we can paint it. So I have divided this lesson into 4 days. So today is the first day and we are going to learn how we can draw thyme and how we can draw coriander or cilantro. So let's learn how we can draw thyme. This is my favorite one and the simplest one to draw and paint as well. So you can create strings like this connected with each other. You can divide into multiple substring as well, or you can keep only one line, that is also fine to start with. So once done with your string, you can create small leaves around it. These are very fine green leaves that we need to create, and I'm doing it directly with the help of pen because this is not something difficult to understand, so I think you all can do it directly. Now we need to keep sections like this having multiple leaves in it. So these leaves should be left, right, towards downward side, towards backward as well, so all side is covered with the leaves and it has different kind of perspective as well. So you can keep the leaves perspective in different direction, and you can create the whole perspective of group little different from each other. And we need to repeat the same thing throughout this string. So basically nothing fancy in here. We need to create small oval kind of shape in different angle and direction, creating one single group like this. So repeat the same thing throughout this string. I have created 3 groups like this, and then you can create middle string. Creating this middle string after creating leaves is important because in that case you can create front perspective of leaves as well, which is also important. So we are almost done with the drawing. You can keep 2 lines for the middle string, and this is the simplest herb drawing, I should say. And as a part of extra shading and detailing, if you want, you can add 1 line around each leaf that we have. Now let's concentrate on the watercolor painting. So again, you can create your own strings in a different direction and angle. So I'm creating little different than drawing. You can keep these lines visible although I'm rubbing it. Now with the help of lighter shade of sap green color, you can start creating a small leaf kind of structure like this. So nothing fancy, I'm just using tip of my brush and pushing my brush a little bit to create these small segments. I'm using size 2 round brush, but you can use miniature size brush as well to do all these things. Although it's not that difficult to make it, you just need little practice. So you just need to move your brush towards left and right, applying little pressure using tip of your brush, and this is what we can do throughout the string. Again, we need different angle and direction of the leaves, creating one single group, so each group have multiple leaves in different direction. Now I'm using this size 0 brush from miniature set, and I want to make more leaves about to the first layer of the leaves. This time I am using darker shade of the green color. So I have mixed blue and green together. Little bit more towards blue side this one is, but I think I'm okay keeping this particular color as well, and create 2 to 3 leaves in each sections that we have. So you can see lighter shade of green as well, you can see darker shade of green as well, and likewise you can add different shades of green also, it's totally fine, or you can use only one shade of green, that is also fine. So something like this we have created. We have not done the middle string yet, but before that I want to use darker shade of sap green as well. So I am creating at least 1 leaf around each group having darker shade of sap green, and I think this much is enough. You can add middle string now. So for the middle string as well, I'm using sap green color and attach all the groups together in a string, and something like this we can do. And we are done with the Thyme watercolor painting as well, and it is the simplest one to do. Now you can add little hint of pink color around the stem area. Now this is something additional we are doing, although it is not necessary to do these things, but little hint of pink you can give for the stems. Now we are done with the thyme. Now let's learn how we can draw coriander or cilantro. So for that you can create a middle string. You can keep this string in any direction, and you can keep your leaves also little different than mine. It is not like you need to copy mine. Now start creating sections around left, right and tip of this string that we have created. You can hide the string from the leaf. That is also you can do like I'm doing, or else you can keep these leaves separated from the stem. But creating these sections is something important. So this is the first step to create guideline. Now you can divide these smaller and bigger round kind of shape into multiple subsections as well. So I'm creating 3 sections, teardrop sections like this, left, right and in the center. So you can create 3 sections around each sections that you have created. Repeat the same thing for the upper sections as well. So in this one I am keeping more sections. So I'm keeping 1 section towards downward direction and 3 sections towards left, right and center. So you can divide your sections like this. So this is the basic guideline. Now let's rub the unwanted pencil mark and start tracing the leaves that we are trying to create. Now while tracing I'm adding serration into it. This serration is absolutely needed, important when it comes to the coriander, because we have seen coriander leaves are very much serrated, and it has very fine serration in it. So you can keep deep serration, you can keep fine serration, but serration is something needed and important. Now you can do the same thing for every section that you have created. So basically it has group of 3 sections to create one single leaf. So something like this you can do, and you can repeat the same thing throughout the structure that we have created. Now we have traced everything. We have created leaves, we have created middle stem. Now you can do little bit of extra shading and detailing into it, and you can create vines around the leaf area. So create main vine, then you can divide this into sub vines as well. And these things we are doing for extra shading and detailing. Although if you have learned how we can draw it, you can use line and wash technique to paint it as well. So draw something like this and then use watercolor about to this particular structure, and it would be easier for you to paint if you are a beginner. So something like this you can do to draw, or you can use line and wash technique to paint. And you can do some fine shading as well, creating fine lines around the middle area of the leaf to get some dark shade around it. You can do hatching, you can do cross hatching, those kind of sketching techniques you can use to give some extra shading and detailing, or to beautify your drawing. So these things are not necessary, although if you are doing all these things, it's good for drawing purpose. Now let's learn how we can paint it. So again we are going to do the similar kind of thing what we did with the help of pen. So this time I'm creating a basic guideline with the help of pencil, just stems and all, and then we can create leaves around it. So I'm directly using watercolor to paint all these leaves. You can use different shades of green again. So let's do the first leaf. So I'm going section by section, so one leaf having 3 sections, so I'm creating 3 leaves in different direction, and then you can start adding serration into it. So more strokes compact with each other gives you bigger leaves and having serration in it. You can just tap your brush around the edges to get fine serration, that is also fine. And then with the help of darker shade of green color, when your previous color has not dried, you can start creating some lines and pattern with the help of darker shade. And see, we have created a group of one leaf, and I think this is pretty much cool. You can blend the color with the help of clean water, or you can keep it as is also, it's totally fine. Now I'm happy with this particular one. Now let's do another one. Again I'm repeating the same thing, adding one stroke and then adding fine serration around it, creating 3 sections like this, few smaller, few bigger, having multiple fine serration in it, and something like this you can do with the help of lighter green shade first, and then with the help of darker green color you can add these dark green in between randomly, and you can blend it using clean brush and clean water. So basically I'm repeating the same thing. The only difference is you will automatically get different pattern when you start painting it. So try in each and every sections that you want to create. So I'm trying to create 3 to 4 leaves around one single string that I have. So always start with the lighter color and then you can add darker color around it. Now you can add middle string, so you can use sap green, deep green, whatever green you like to use, you can use that, but keep it on the lighter side and like the leaves that we have. And you can use smaller brush because we have fine stem in it, and then you can add lines and patterns around the leaf. So that is also you can do something extra or additional. And we are done with today's video. We have learned how we can draw thyme, how we can paint it, how we can draw coriander, and how we can paint it. So hope you have liked this video, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.